Hi, this is Amanda, and I will be your art teacher today with the third installment of my gouache painting of Virginia Beach that I'm using this photo as a reference. My first two videos, I used this photo, but when I printed it out, it came out really dark and you can't see the details as much. I can, and it would have been fine, but I re-edited the colors so when I point things out, the details will be more noticeable for you and you can see more of what I'm going to do. And I wanted the colors to be warmer, and that's kind of dreary. So I made a video that I will not be posting because I got upset with myself. Because in the second installment, it took me 45 minutes just to draw these lines, these shorelines. And I drew them all and I loved it and it looked really good. And then I painted a layer of gouache all over here, thinking that it might erase some of the drawing, but not all of it, and it erased all of it, and I got so upset with myself, I just wanted to cry and give up. And then also on the sky, in the first video, I had used this art masking fluid to paint a section in the middle that I wanted to leave white. Because if you use masking fluid and let it dry, it prevents the paint from getting where you had placed it. So I wanted this area to remain white. And when I painted the sky with gouache, it did not work and it looked quite terrible, and it took me a while just to get it to this point. And there's like a couple imperfections still that I don't understand how they got here, but I'm new to gouache and I don't want to discourage you, but I find it very hard to work with. It's chalky. It has a chalky texture that I'm really just not used to. But I want to finish it, so we're gonna move on. So I printed out this new thing, and today I have the colors ultramarine blue, deep green, brown, white, and some black. And I used brown, green, and blue for the water, and it gave me a pretty good base coat. And when I paint water, I find it's good to have some like of a medium shade, like maybe right here, and then I like to have a lighter shade, like maybe right there, and then a darker shade, all in the same family. And then just working with those three colors, I think that's where I'll start today. And I will start by painting the very back line here. It's darker, and you cannot see any wave details in this back sort of what'll be like a half an inch. And then I noticed that it's lighter mostly through here and in this triangle, like right here, here, and over. And then once I get to this dark line, I'll put that in. But for now, I'm just gonna start with the back. So leave that there. See my light. For gouache, you use water. And I took a few days off of this painting just to like unwind and to celebrate the new year. Happy New Year, you guys. And I also I read an article about gouache tips, and I'm not the only one that has a problem with it. It's a tricky mistress. And it said that you want to let it dry between layers, because if you try to put some stuff on top of it, it'll just pick it right back up. More so than watercolor, I even noticed, and I don't know, it's just very hard. Make sure you can see. I don't know if I made it thick enough. It's just, I don't really know the ideal thickness to do here, so see, I painted this line and you can barely see it. Maybe I need to make it thicker, more opaque, more opaqueness. Oh. Oh, for a water-based medium, it's so chalky and dry feeling. Whew, I just gotta stick with it. I just gotta finish this painting so I can move on. I can't just leave it unfinished and quit on it. I gotta finish. Can you hear it? Can you hear the dryness? Oh gosh, that's awful. But if you guys, if you like this medium of paint, go right ahead. I'll stick to the oil, I think, and acrylic from now on. Always think of the positive, you know, this paint might not be my thing, but I won't want to linger on it, so that'll free me up to move on with my life. And I read in the tips that with gouache, what you paint, that when you paint with dark colors, they dry lighter, and when you paint with light colors, they dry darker. So you really have no idea what you're even doing the whole time you're doing this. So oil paint dries exactly how you put it on the canvas. If you stick it there, it's going to be just as thick. You're going to see the exact brush strokes. It does not change. It's really great for that reason. It's a little too dark, but that's okay. I'm going to go in with some white, and this is not a real white. It's kind of like a beige, cream white. And then what I had done on this one was really cool. In my computer program, I went in and I just sort of mapped out the major lines that I see. And in the very back of the ocean is horizontal. Everything's horizontal. And then you start to get closer and the lines become diagonal. And it comes horizontal about here where the people are and out, and then I drew in this line. And then after that, it slowly tapers down. So I have made up this color here, and I'm gonna put it in here, all the way down. And then I think I'll go over top of it with the darker color, even though it'll probably lift up some of it when I do that. It's just what I have to do. Oh, that's lovely. I'm going to sort of go over this dark color, blend it in a bit because it's too dark, I think. And I want it to look more seamless. Excuse me. And while the sky, I eventually did get it looking somewhat acceptable, and I kind of like the faint stripes. What I really like about this um, is there's always like mirroring in life, and I just thought it was really cool how this line, like from right here, there's like a meeting point, and then it's like diagonal white, and then there's diagonal white here on the water. So I just think that's cool, and I really wanted to make that happen, and I'm gonna try to make it happen, even though this paint, me and this paint are gonna have words. I'm gonna have some words. So the darkest line comes here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna paint down to that line. With this color. I don't know if you can see, but my paper is just soaking it up so fast. I don't know if that's normal, if I'm doing something wrong. I should probably get some experience with a type of paint before I try to teach you guys how to paint with it. But, you know, if you're a beginner, I'm sure you can appreciate my lack of knowledge. Maybe, hopefully. I started my first blog post yesterday, and I'm pretty excited about it because I got to 130,000 words in my autobiography or memoirs or whatever you call it. And I was like, I think I'm ready to make a blog. I want people to read my stuff now. But my book is more intimate, more personal. Than my blog. I'm just going to go ahead and do all kinds of stuff. And now that I put the base coat down, it shows through, so that's really good. I worked hard enough getting it there. I have this song from Fall Out Boy in my head. I don't know the words. Do 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 do. That's what's going on in my brain over and over. I liked it though. It's a cool song. And every type of paint is different. With watercolor, you don't need to mix up a lot at once. you just kind of stick your brush into the paint and then it does what you want it to generally. Acrylic, you need to mix up a lot of paint because you'll use a lot. Oil paint, it spreads so nicely and evenly that I really don't need a lot of oil paint. But with this, it seems like I need a lot because my paper's just soaking it up. Thirsty paper. I have my samba latte, leftover Americano. And I'm still just working with this color here, going over these things here. I'm gonna make this lighter if I can. Looks good, looks good. Sweet. Just making noises. I already had one coffee today. My coffee shop, they restocked these banana loaves that I just love so much, and I like to eat a bite and then put a strawberry in my mouth and eat a bite and put a strawberry in my mouth. It's so good. And they'd been out of stock of them for so long, and I was like every day, like, hey, where are they at? I need them. It was my favorite breakfast there for a minute. And the girl told me yesterday that they were gonna have them. And I was like, yes, I think it kept me from sleeping, knowing that I was gonna wake up and have my favorite breakfast again. Well, I guess it's looking better. I don't really know. I don't really know what I'm doing here. What am I doing here? So yeah, I had I had coffee this morning, and then I went to the tanning salon, and it was great. And then now I'm back drinking more coffee, and I'm hyper bouncing around singing songs that I don't know the words to. And even though I mentioned that these lines go diagonally, I'm still gonna paint the things horizontally. I mean, yeah, the little shadows horizontally going in a diagonal line. I don't know if that made sense. I can't wait to go back here. This is where my family and I would spend our summers and hang out. And my dad and I went this summer for his birthday. And the last day I was there was like the best day of my life. One of them. Top three for sure. I had a crab cake sandwich with these really good fries from a restaurant called Mahi Maz. And I got an umbrella and I sat out, and it was just hot and sunny, and I fell asleep in the under the umbrella because I took my dad to the airport really early, and he let me keep the rental car, so I had that, and yeah, it was just really great. But I didn't take this picture the last day I was there. I think I took it the second day I was there, and I went out on adventures. I stayed at an Airbnb that was pretty close by, and I Ubered and walked around. It was so great. So yeah, even though this is a diagonal line, I'm going to paint it with horizontals. And there's something in math called adding the opposite, and I have no idea what that is, but sometimes when you want to go up, you up or down, you go over and across. And to me, it just reminds me of that math saying. And also in ballet, if you are doing like plies and stuff and you want to keep your spine straight, when you go down, think up, and it sort of like keeps you straight. And then when you come up, think down, and somehow that keeps your spine straight then too. Blah, 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 blah. I don't love the sound of my own voice as much as you would think. I don't really talk much in life, but these videos are fun. I just ramble, ramble, ramble. I won't stop rambling. It's pretty great. And I have coffee. It's so great. Life is great. It's a good year so far. But I was sad because on December 30th, was it the 30th or the 31st? One of those days, I walked out to my car. I was gonna go get coffee. It was like in the morning. And I get to my car and I see this box on the ground. I'm like, what is that doing there? And it was like the box of my books from my childhood that my dad brought me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Someone had taken a razor blade or a knife to my convertible top, the rear view window, and they cut open my car to get to the Amazon box inside that had like a light bulb in it. And I was so upset. I was just like, people are stupid. And then they took the title to my car, which has like all my info and stuff on it. So I was just like freaking out, and I was worried, like, are they gonna come back to my apartment? Like, what is going on? And then it was like windy all night on New Year's Eve, And I kept hearing noises and I was all scared. I'm here by myself and I was just like, I don't like it. And yeah, so that was my holiday. But other than that, it's been a good year so far. I've been working on my resume and this is not right at all. But I'm still doing it. I can't stop. Even though it's wrong. I'm just trying to make little waves here with this color that I have. Then with gouache, you have to be careful because if it drips, the water is going to pick up any paint that is in its way, and then you'll lose the paint that you put down. Yeah. I'll show you a good book I have. Do I have it? I don't know. Well, now I have to have it somewhere. Okay, anyway, the cool thing about the book that I was going to show you, well, besides the title of it, is that it tells you to, like, when you make your little wavelets, to do it in like a upside down C shape. I'll try to do it right now to demonstrate. Like back here they would be like straight, but then as you come down a little bit, and then back here there's not much detail, but I'll put some in. I think that's a little dark still. Alright, yeah, this is looking pretty good. I like it so far. It's coming along slowly. But once I get to from here down, see it's much lighter down here and in here with some dark spots. And it's as light, or it's even lighter than this section right here. So here's something outside. Well, okay, so I guess my next step would be to map out this dark line, and then that will help me figure out what else to do. And then, let's see, where am I at time-wise? Oh, 38 minutes, so I have doing math in my brain. 5 minutes left, so I guess I'll start this dark line, and then maybe I'll take a break, or I'll make another video. So, this dark line, I have drawn it, and I have it coming to about here, but I think I'll raise it a little higher to come right here. And then, as you can see here, this dark line, I have it ending about there. Gets thicker and thicker out there. So it can be a little scary when you put in these things, but it's okay. I wish that it had not erased all my pencil, because that would have been a sweet guideline to still have. like a little splashy part right here. Come up and then over, down, and then it starts back on this line again. I'm just going to do really lightly. And then if I have the pier ending here, that rhymes. I think I'm going to have it come over a little more actually, but let's see. Pier, and the people are actually sort of in the center about here. Comes up again, sort of where they are. Down, up, down. Okay, goes like that, and then down. No, that's not right. It comes up much higher, I think. But while I have this color on my brush, go in here, add in a couple dark spots. It's coming along much easier and much better than it was when I did all this last time, I think. And the closer these come to you, the bigger they should get. And I might be at time. Yep, I think I went over. Well, um, or is 45 minutes the longest allowed to record? Okay. Well, thank you. See you later. Bye.